What if you can make more money wholesaling houses if you could spy on cash buyers to see what they are paying? Well, I'm going to show you how. Stand by. Let's get it.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Hello guys, this is Ty, aka the Flip Man. What if you could spy on cash buyers to make it easier on determining on what you need to put properties under contract for when you're trying to wholesale houses? Well, in this video, I'm going to simply show you how by using my tool, Digulator, aka PropStream. Now, some of you already have it. Just another nugget you can use to make this work on a daily basis. Some have had it and canceled it. Hey, it's on you. And some have never even tried it, but you can at least use the 5-day free trial after watching all the demo videos. But this is so valuable. When you can dig into an area to see exactly what cash buyers are paying, it helps you so much with negotiating your deals with sellers, hopefully motivated sellers. Now, before I get into the video, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right here. Turn on the notifications so you are alerted whenever I upload new videos and when I go live on Thursday nights where we answer your questions live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Periscope about real estate investing, mainly wholesaling real estate without using your cash or credit. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at AskFlipMan. So, on to this video. Okay, so let's get over here into Digulator, aka PropStream, and spy on cash investors. What are they paying? All right, now I already have a couple of addresses pulled up here, one out of the Miami area, one in the general Memphis, Tennessee area. So, all right, so I'll start with this particular address. I'm just copying and pasting it into the tool here, and I want to go to details. All right, now this is assuming the seller has called you on this property or property in this area. Okay, your objective here is to figure out, number one, I have a video to explain how to do ARV and all that stuff, but this is just not like another layer of what are cash buyers actually paying for properties in this area. You know, that takes a lot of the headache out of knowing what you can put it on the contract for, even though repairs still matter and all that. But this sort of simplifies it for you. Now, if you just want to dive into this property or whatever, you can look at it, but it's really not the part of the property we're looking at. But you always want to look at the history of this property, which it appears that I don't think they paid cash for this particular property here, for 170. So they don't even have a loan on it. So they may have a lot of equity there that they may be willing to give up. And it is a, listed property active here. Same thing here, 390 or whatever. All right. But what we want to do, again, we're assuming that this seller is called. They may be tired of the agent and not moving fast enough as far as being sold. And so what we'll do here, we're going to go to comparable sales. Okay, and it has 19 public records. Now you have the MLS records. If you want to pull those, you just have to go in and make sure you select the right dates and the distance from the property or whatever. But with the public record, it's automatic defaults to that. Now the other thing is I like to uncheck, because it's going to pull up all of this information. But you can go over here to the little socket here. And I like to do just distance, price per square foot, sale amount, sale date, sale situation, square footage, and year built. All right. So then you'll go over here to property class and residential. We want to do apples to apples, single family. And then we want to do cash buyer. All right. So it pulls 6 cash buyers. All right. Now, What I like to do is I like to go low to high. Now, even though it's separated by distance, which these are really close, 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, I like to go from low to high, right? All right. So just going to dive into these here. And what you'll also notice is really, this is a pretty simple one right here. Sometimes they're not as simple as this, but they're generally paying 165 to, we'll just say, 190 for these properties or whatever in that area. This part of that particular area, because sometimes it'll change even just blocks over or whatever. All right. So we're going to dive into this. So you'll know that you need to get it for significantly less than this for you to make money. Again, you still have to take into consideration the condition, but this appears to be the maximum that they're paying over in that particular area. And you also notice that the higher the numbers go up, the more likely someone actually lives in the property instead of being an actual investor. People that want to live in a property, they'll tend to pay more cash than an investor will or whatever, depending on the condition, obviously, and stuff. So, all right. So now we'll go ahead and dive into this particular property. All right. Spinning wheel just takes a second for it to load. And what it's doing is just pulling up all the details on that particular property. All right. So, and what I'll do is let me go ahead and get these others in motion while we're, all right. So going back to this one. All right. So this is the one that, it was pulled off the market from the owner. Just looking at that history. And what we're going to do is go into the market and transaction history of each one of these properties. All right. So on this one, all right. So it appears that in May of 2019, they purchased it from the person that had been there since 2016. They paid $165 for it. All right. And they had to do a deed correction. I think they must have had the date wrong, so they changed to May 15th. All right. So from May to then, they sold it to an actual individual. So the cash price that they paid for was $165. I guess they rehabbed it and then they sold it for $319 or whatever. So boom, there you go. So this cash investor paid $165. I'm not sure what they spent on the particular property. But that's cash what they paid. All right. So the next one would be the 798 one here. Okay. We have it up already. And, they paid $175 for it from the owner here. And okay, it's corporate, non-owner occupied. You always want to look at that up here to the left. And then they put it into their LLC. All right. So they paid $175 for this one. Okay. So the next one, was $187. So we already have it pulled up here. Let me pull up that 195. So we won't have to wait on it. All right. So 187. Let's see what happened with this one. Okay. So now this was an actual double close on this particular property, or it appears to be. Okay. These were their original owners. They bought it back in 06. Well, not original, but the most recent owner occupied individual, it appears. Then they sold it to, White Capital Trust LLC for $175. And White Capital Trust double closed on it with Blue Ocean Assets for $187. So they made $12,000. And the way I can tell it is on the sales date. They're on the same day, 2/21/19. Now, that may not be what happened, but that's what appears to have happened. This is how double close. But look, now, if it was an assignment, you would only have seen, Denny Durham to Blue Ocean Assets. You wouldn't see the assignment fee or any of that information in the transaction history. All right. So that's how a double close looks, on file or whatever. All right. So we go to the next one, the 195 here. I'm going to pull this one up too. All right. Let's see what's going on with this particular property. Okay. And it was just a clean sale. Just look up here, owner type, corporate, owner status, non-owner occupied, and they sold $195. So again, so you look here, you have anywhere from $165 to $195. So we're going to look at this one for $220. It's still non-owner occupied, and MLS details. Okay, so all right, so boom. On this one, it appeared that they bought it 1 year and held on to it. They had cost us to LJ888 LLC in March of 2018, and then they sold it a year and 2 months later to another LLC, unless they sold it back to themselves. I don't think they did, and made $110,000, sold it for $120. So boom. But the main thing here is that they initially paid the $110 a year before and then sold it for $220. So, and it was an MLS listed property. Probably an agent convinced the investor to pay that much for it, or what is it, $220. So, but if you look at these pictures, which these are from the MLS listing, definitely from the outside and these rehabbing the inside, like you really can't tell that much or whatever. They just cleaned it out really good. So boom. So that's one market. So now let's look at the Memphis area. I think this is a suburban area called Cordova of Memphis. And so we'll clear this out. All right. And put this particular street in. Okay. So again, this is the seller calling to, hey, they want to sell their property and whatever the motivation. So your objective here is to see what cash buyers are paying in that area, to see if the seller is in La La Land eating marshmallows. All right. So you want to go to comparable sales again, and already have everything unchecked here from the previous search. All right. So residential, single family on the property type, and sale situation, cash buyer. So we have 9 transactions here. All right. So again, we want to go from low to high. All right. And so we'll look at the first one here, $100,000 cash paid for a property. Let me go ahead and do the other one while we're waiting on that one. All right. 120 and 124, I think is the one. Okay. All right. So the one that they paid $100 for, see how this looked. Okay. So the original owner was Davis, and they sold to this guy, and so it was $100,000 cash. So non-owner occupied individual, so more than likely that's an investor. He's only for 4 months. All right. So the next one, $102,000 was paid. So we'll go here, mortgage and transaction history. All right. They bought it in 03, and then they sold it to REI Nation LLC for $102,000. All right. So that's what they're paying on that. All right. So it appears that in that area, they're paying anywhere from 100 to 124 or so. We'll just say 120. All right. So let's go to the third one. The one that they paid 120 for. All right. On this one, recorded sales date. Now on this one, it appears that they paid cash for it in their name, Jonathan Martinez, and then he transferred it over, quick claim deeded to an LLC, which he probably set up for himself or whatever. As you can see up here, owner type corporate, non-owner occupied. All right. And then what we got here, this one here for 124, I think is the one. Let me see. No, that's the 127. All right. Okay, I didn't have the 124 one up. Let me get that one up. Put this over here. All right, so it's loading. All right, so let's look at this one. All right, so for 124, okay, now, okay, this was an inter-family transaction back in 2012. And then he sold it for 124. Okay, individual non-owner occupied on for 6 months. So yeah, that appears to be an investment to Smith. Ollinger sold it to Smith for 124.5. Okay. Now the next one, and the reason I wanted to show you this one is I think I have the right one. This is owner occupied, and it goes up to 127. Okay, so Freeman sold to Shepton Co. I'm not sure how to say the last name, for cash 127, but it appears that they live there. You know, that's so from just doing this and using this for a while, it appears that the more that they pay cash for, the more likely they live in it or whatever. So that's why you want to start from low to high and try to look for some consistency there, or a range. Like on this one, 100 to basically 125,000 is the range of what they're paying cash for properties in that area. So this is really, really just like in-depth information. And plus, at the same time, you also can find cash buyers using this method, right? Because you'll start to see the more you target a particular areas, some of the same people are buying those properties, and it's your opportunity to possibly reach out to them by mail or by phone. And sometimes if you're doing this on a daily basis, you'll see they just purchased the property, depending on the count, how fast they update their information. You can just roll out there to the property, and they may be still working on it. And that's how you can reach out to them. And whenever you're out driving for dollars, you always want to stop beyond just looking for houses. When you see some renovations going on, go introduce yourself, give them your business card or whatever, because normally it's going to be an investor there that's if they're not there, their workers there, and you can just let them know how to contact you because you have more houses in that particular area. So boom. So this is how you can spy on cash buyers and see exactly what they're paying. Now again, you also have to take in consideration the repairs and all that stuff, but normally all of that'll play out whenever you do your actual formula. This will just help you know, well, hey, if I get it, like in this house, these houses here, you know, it starts at 100 up to 120. If I get a house, we'll just say on the contract for 80, you know, I have a possibility of wholesaling it for 120. Definitely probably 100. So that's anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000 or whatever. So you can just do the math on that. So again, this all just comes from just having which this is not the only way to do this. I'm just showing you what I use, the Dealulator, aka PropStream, which, you know, you can go to dealulator.com and sign up for, and I'll pull it up here, sign up for the 5-day free trial. Remember also there you can fill out my one-page contract. You just tap into the button and say start your 5-day free trial. The one-page contract is there for you to fill out. You fill it out, you generate the report, then you can download and print it or email. I'm going to do a video on that entire process of how you set it up and email it. But then you also have the deal calculator that you can also put your numbers in, which works in relation to what we just did just now. So again, I hope this particular video helps. Thanks, and we will see you guys on the flip side.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.